Hello, world, and welcome to another episode of
Did You Know?
We love to talk about exciting subjects in science, medicine, robotics, astronomy, futuristic ideas, music, or anything interesting in the news. So let's get into it. Did you know in the news? There's an article from MIT Technology Review in the category of biotechnology, and this biotech states that mice live longer after genetic reprogramming. Now, the results is widely anticipated landmark for rejuvenation technology. Now, as I stroll on down here to see what they're talking about, let's check it out. Man, I would want to be a mice today. Not reincarnated, because they get tested for everything. But I move forward. I digress. So it states that a small biotech company claims it has used a technology called reprogramming to rejuvenate old mice and extend their lives, as results suggesting that one day older people could have their biological clocks turned back with an injection, literally becoming younger. Now, if you think about that, that's an open-ended thing. Let me explain myself better. When I say open-ended, meaning that, okay, one thing leads to another. Older people want to turn back the clocks biologically. At what point in time would a person be considered as an old person that qualifies to have their life turned back to a younger age? And is this only body parts, or is this the whole body itself? Because it's only body parts, then you know what follows after that. And then you want to do skin. Then you want to do, you want to look the younger part, and you want to do the muscles. So it's a Pandora's box. Let's say that much. Now, the article states that the life extension claimed in rodents made by Rejuvenate Bio, a San Diego biotech company, appears in a pre-printed paper on the website BioRxiv, if I said that correctly, unless they got some kind of, acronym where they can say it. It hasn't been peer reviewed. Okay, so if we go over here to the website real quick, let's check it out. All right, this is nice. Okay, it says targeting the core drivers of chronic age-related diseases, unlocking the power of gene expression and epigenetic reprogramming to reverse pre-existing heart diseases, metabolic diseases, and kidney failure in humans. So it's pre-existing. Okay, it sounds a little better than I read the article, what they want to talk about real quick. So let's move back over and go a little further down. The reprogramming technique, which involves resetting cells to a younger state, has been winning hundreds of millions in investments as a potential elixir of youth. Scientists have previously shown that it works on single cells in the laboratory, and they are now trying to determine if the rejuvenation effect also works in living animals. The paper by Rejuvenated Bio is represented a widely anticipated proof that this method can indeed extend animal lives. Noel Davison, Chief Scientific Officer of Rejuvenated, stated that the company used gene therapy to add 3 powerful reprogramming genes to the bodies of mice that were the equivalent in age to a 77-year-old human. After the treatment, their remaining lifespan was doubled. They also stated treated mice lived another 18 weeks on average, while controlled mice died in 9 weeks. Overall, the treated mice lived about 7% longer. Although the increase in lifespan was modest, the company says the research provides a demonstration of age reversal in an animal. Davison stated that this is a powerful technology, and here's the proof of concept. I wanted to show that it's actually something we can do in our elderly population. Scientists not connected to the company called the study an exciting landmark, but cautioned that the whole body rejuvenation using gene therapy remains a poorly understood concept with high risks. Now, the young man you see in front of you now, Vittorio Sebastianino. If I said your name wrong, I apologize. He's a professor at Stanford University. He stated that it's a beautiful intellectual exercise, but I would shy away from doing anything remotely similar to a person. One risk is that the powerful program process can cause cancer. Such an effect is often seen in mice. The article states that even so, the chance that reprogramming could be an elixir of youth has led to a research and investment boom. One company, Altos Lab, says it has raised over $3 billion. In the lab, reprogramming works by exposing individual cells to a set of 3 or 4 proteins that are typically active in early stages of embryos. After several days of this treatment, even old cells will transform into youthful acting cells. So let's go over the reprogramming science portion. The discovery of the reprogramming recipe earned a Nobel Prize for Japanese biologist Shinya Yamanaka in 2012. I apologize if I messed up on your name. 4 years later, scientists at the Salk Institute decided to try the technique on living mice suffering from a premature aging condition, similar to a human disease called progeria. They exposed entire mice to the factors for brief periods of time and found that some survived longer. The obvious next step, and one necessary to call reprogramming a true anti-aging intervention, was to show that it could extend life of healthy mice too. Martin Borsch Jensen, creator of Impetus Grants, an organization that provides funding for aging research. He stated that everyone in the research community knows the killer experiment is to treat normal mice and see if there's extended lifespan or overall better health. When several years passed without such a report, doubts began to increase if it would work. Hopes that scientists could create super long-lived mice began to fade. Alejandro Ocampo, a biologist at the University of Lausanne in Switzerland, if I said it incorrectly, I apologize, who carried out the original experiment at Salk, stated that different groups have tried this experiment and the data has not been positive so far. Last year, however, the first report emerged from a team working with mice that were genetically engineered from birth to produce Yamanaka's special factor in their bodies. The team at the National Institute of Health and Medical Research found a trend towards longer lifespan, but the reports were considered preliminary. Now, in the case of Rejuvenate research, the treatment was instead delivered using gene therapy, viruses specifically designed to shuttle genes into cells. Davidson says that makes it similar to actual medical treatments people could get. Mice live only months in the wild, but can survive 2 to 3 years in a lab. Those in the latest experiment were already 124 weeks old when they got the drug, close to the end of their lives. Not only did the treatment mice survive noticeably longer, according to Davidson, but they also scored better on measures of general health. The amount of life extension observed is not in itself unprecedented. A U.S. government program that tests drugs for their longevity effects has shown that several compounds, including the drug rapamycin, can prolong mouse lives by 5 to 15%. But the mice have to take those drugs for much of their lives, whereas reprogramming has immediate effects. Davidson goes on to state that this is like you can do nothing for your whole life and still get the benefit. Now, if this drug was actually available on the market, would you take it? Or would you be someone that would say, no, I'll just let the process happen and do what it do? I don't know. depending on how well thought out it is and how if they have proof that it actually works, then I can see something. I mean, but show me more proof besides mouses and meese or however you want to say it. Show me more evidence. Show me something that works. Then make the people believe. All right, so to finish this article up, it states what's next. I want to know too. Rejuvenate is currently developing gene therapy drugs for pets, dogs, and humans, including one designed to treat heart failure. But Davidson states that in the long term, he believes it would be possible to rejuvenate human beings. I wouldn't be working on it at all if I didn't believe in that. Now that statement alone, you want to rejuvenate human beings, probably in the end part of their life, but then if you can extend their life, then most likely they want to live longer, then they want to have younger cells, look longer. Now I can see this going crazy with pets. Oh my gosh. I can just imagine how many pets will be walking around here tomorrow. They're 105 years old. This could get out of hand. But, baby steps. I mean, long as this science is moving forward and developing, I'm sure anything's possible. Look how far we come now. So moving on to the next paragraph. For more information will be needed to learn exactly what changes the reprogramming genes cause in the meese, and researchers say other groups will need to repeat the experiment before they are convinced, and I totally agree. Boris Jensen stated that I'd like to see a separate group do something similar and go deeper onto what is actually happening. I agree with you totally. Sebastiano stated that the life extension effect reported by Rejuvenated could be due to changes in a single organ or group of cells, rather than a general mouse-wide rejuvenation effect. Among other shortfalls in its research, Rejuvenate did not carefully document which and how many cells were changed by the genetic treatment. Several companies are now pressing forward with plans for reprogramming drugs, but they are picking recognized medical conditions and narrowing their efforts to specific organs. Turn Bio, a company co-founded by Sebastiano, for instance, hopes to inject reprogramming factors into people's skin to fight wrinkles or restart hair growth. I know it's coming. Another company, Life Biosciences, is preparing to test whether reprogramming cells in the eye can treat blindness. Now, I've did some other episodes where I talked about them trying to repair blindness. Sooner or later, one of these companies are going to break through and discover it, but everybody collectively trying different parts to try to figure this out is great. Pushing forward for innovation. I'm all for it. Figure it out. So what do you guys think about this particular article? Give me your opinion. Would you actually do this if it was on the market? Let me know. I might not. Now, but you actually want to live forever? Like say 1,000 years go by, you still looking at the same relatives, the same wife, the same boyfriend, the same girlfriend. And then you have grandparents that are around that are still older than you. You're 1,000 years old. I'm being crazy with the number of years. Let's just say 100 years old, right? And you got a grandparent that's like 100 and that's like 200 almost. They can't tell you. You can't tell them anything. They can't tell you anything because you don't want to listen. Oh, imagine. I don't know. But let me know. Until next time, stay safe and I will talk to you soon.